Okay.
Hi Tim, obviously local MP, you've come along this morning to see how things are going on. What was your response when you heard what had happened?
Well, horrified. We had a derailment at Grange just 18 months ago, and of course I was around many years ago, 18 or so years ago, when the grey rig derailment happened, where there was loss of life, and so of course your first thought was, you're concerned about whether people are very seriously injured, and so my immediate prayer was for that, and also for everybody who's going to be on site, both the Avanti and Network Rail crews, the people on the train itself, those people are passengers. But obviously I use the railways every single week, and I know the drivers and I know the Avanti crew who work really, really hard, and I know they've done a fantastic job in what must be a very distressing, alarming time for them. Emergency services are on the site really quickly. All the Network Rail and Avanti and other railway folks on site very quickly as well. So I get, first of all, just say there's an overwhelming sense of relief that no one is very seriously injured. I've been at the hospital this morning as well in Kendal, where they were expecting some minor injuries, but not many. So now it's a question of what do we learn from this? I know the Rail Accident Investigation Branch are on site, and we don't know what caused it for sure. It does remind us that we are due and massively overdue investment in the West Coast main line north of Crewe up to Glasgow. That's been put off for many, many, many years. This might be a moment where people realise that there is life north of Preston, and that we need proper investment in our rail. Because when all said and done, this is an incident that could have been far, far, far worse. Not least because there are trains travelling 100 miles an hour plus passing each other out here. We're only 3 miles south of major population centre in Shap, where the railway runs right next to people's homes. So I can imagine something far, far, far worse. So yeah, relief, but now we need to be focusing on how we learn from this and doesn't happen again. So first of all, huge thanks and admiration for the railway staff, the people who are on the train themselves, the driver for whom this was terrifying, obviously the railway staff, people I see every week on those trains, utterly terrifying. They behave with enormous professionalism and compassion, with 87 passengers for whom this was also a really terrifying ordeal. Many of them will be my constituents who got on at Penrith. So we know what we know about the state of the individuals concerned. Obviously the emergency services did a brilliant job being on site. I've been at the hospital in Kendal. It looks like they're not going to have to receive anybody, which is a massive blessing. Well, Shap is famous for being a wonderful community, but also, the wildest place on our communications network, and the motorway, the A6 and the railways as well. So yeah, very, very hard going for the people up there who are now trying to recover the vehicle, people working earlier to help the passengers in their moment of extreme need. So I cannot say how full of admiration I am for those folks who are up there alongside them, and who are up there now trying to make sure everything's safe, working with the vehicle itself and looking at the track and seeing where we go from now. But this is a famously beautiful and somewhat wet and windy place.